Hey, Nerd Nation! It's your boys, Amby Kenny. Kenny, what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Not much, man. Big week ahead for me, sports wise. I got the Panthers game on Thursday.
Oh
That's
yeah,
that's why we got to record a little early this week. And then into Miami home
finally back.
opener.
Yep.
I'll be at the
And
I'll, I'll be at the home opener actually.
I'm actually gonna go to Charlotte's first ever game.
Okay, when is
Yeah.
that?
March 5th, which is in 2 weeks. But
Two
I think
Saturdays.
their first game is away, and then
Okay.
their first game is home. But I mean,
Okay.
you see me
I see
repping.
you.
I'm still a Miami fan, but
Okay. Okay.
I went to Miami's first ever game. Now I get to go to Charlotte's first ever game, and then hopefully when Miami comes here in May, I'll go see them again.
Cool. That'd be
Yeah,
cool,
for
man.
sure.
So, all right, man. Obviously, Super Bowl's over. We're heading into the off season,
Which is
which
our
means
season.
it is. It
The
really
NFL
is.
offseason is our busy season.
It is. I had to black out the calendar. Can't take
Yeah.
time off.
The NFL regular season is our off season. It's all backwards.
Yeah. Um, so I don't know about you, but Dynasty is becoming my favorite
Oh, I love
form
it.
of fantasy.
And I like it like Dynasty slash Keeper is my favorite across all sports.
I was just gonna say
Um
that. Yeah.
in our Dynasty League, our new one now, Nick from Dynasty Dogs, we were talking about baseball a little bit. He's like, oh, he's not really into. I'm like, bro, you have to do uh
The
fantasy
Keeper
baseball.
League.
I'm like, I went from like not even knowing like the Yankees starting lineup to like I can tell you like minor league players across the entire league,
The
like
league.
guys that
Yeah.
I shouldn't know at all, like 16-year-olds, like in the Dominican Republic right now. I know their names,
I
like it's
know.
crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I want to turn our baseball keeper league into a dynasty league.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We even have a dynasty basketball league.
Or start a new baseball league, make
Mm,
that dynasty.
I'm just
What's
so
up?
invested in my guys. Shout out Jared Kalenic, about to be a star. Um, so before we kick off, we are gonna talk about our each of our own top 10 dynasty QB rankings right now.
Yeah, I mean, which I think right now is the best time to do this kind of talk because you know, dynasty leagues start. If you're in a startup or whatever, you start a little earlier using the redraft. So right now, like, I mean, we already know, like, there's not gonna be any rookie that comes in that's gonna immediately be in our top 10 dynasty quarterbacks.
Not this year, at least.
Not any year, honestly. You
Mm,
don't automatically put them in your top 10 unless
no,
like look at
but
Trevor Lawrence. Like, I mean, I don't know about your rankings, but he's not in my top 10. I'll go ahead and tell you that right now. You know what I mean? So, and he was probably the best prospect ever. Well,
yeah.
since Luck
No.
and Peyton.
Well, the thing with Dynasty, there's no bad time to do a Dynasty draft.
No.
You can do it whenever.
Yeah.
I've even seen rookie drafts done now before the NFL draft,
No, I don't like that.
which I don't like, but like hardcore Dynasty people, they like
I
it
mean,
because they're drafting based off the talent and not the place, the location of the team, like where he got
but
drafted.
you don't do that for any other player, like veteran player.
I know. No, I know.
Like location
I don't
or
like it.
team matters.
I wouldn't want my dynasty league to be that way. I like doing it after the NFL draft. I want to know where
mean,
he was drafted, and I want to
that's
know
not.
how early the guy was drafted. Like if he was a 6th round pick versus a 3rd round pick,
Yeah,
there's more.
and that's how we're gonna do it. Like we have both of our rookie drafts probably
Exactly.
in May.
May, June, yeah, something like that.
So let's do our top 10
So
quarterbacks.
before we kick it off,
Oh,
if you guys are listening, make sure to listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Hit that subscribe. Let us get that 5-star rating, and we're on YouTube now. So hit that subscribe button on YouTube. All right. So Kenny, we both made our individual rankings.
that's right.
You go first. Should we go from 1 to 10 or 10 to 1?
Let's go 1 to 10.
1 to 10. Okay,
1
go
to
ahead
10.
first.
All right. So my first one, I actually split it up into two. So I have 1A and 1B.
That's not
And
how
then
this works.
I know. And then I skipped to, I just couldn't decide. And then I skipped to 3. But I'm just going to give you my 1A first, and then you tell me
Got
yours.
it. Got it.
I picked Josh Allen.
I figured you would.
And hear me out. He had the highest QB average fantasy points per game the last 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And he had 12 games with at least 35 rushing yards. Which, I mean, 35 rushing yards for a quarterback, like, that's a good little, like, not a bonus, but it helps you with that floor.
I mean, it's definitely a bonus. Yeah, exactly. Helps you with the floor.
Yeah, so that's why I put him there. Who you put?
I put Mahomes.
Okay,
But
that's my
honestly,
1B.
no, I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong with either guy. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, they're both the best two quarterbacks in the league, and they're both young, right? They're both, Mahomes is 26, Allen's 25. Um, I went with Mahomes at 1 and Allen at 2. So we're just vice versa.
yeah.
And again, it could be just like preference. You know, I'm a big Mahomes guy, and I have him on my dynasty league,
I
my
just feel like
dynasty team.
that Josh Allen rushing just makes it a little more stable, I guess you can say. And then I've criticized Mahomes, but I think Mahomes' issues or flaws we want to call them, they actually hurt him in real life more than
Not
fantasy.
fantasy. The thing with so here's one counter against Allen, right? Allen has a big rushing floor and gets some rushing touchdowns, right? He's essentially, we all joke, he's their RB1, right?
Mhm.
They have to draft a running back, or they have to get a real running back in there, right? Zach Moss looks like he's dead in the water. So it'll be Singletary with someone new. So I'm thinking they're gonna take the ball out of Josh's hands a little bit more and run the ball with some real running backs.
He still can get his rushing yards
No,
though.
of course he is. Of course he is. But that's just like, if you really want to pick and choose, like, some fine. I can't find a real con against them.
But even then, he'll have more rushing than Mahomes. That's the reason why I put him at 1A.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Mahomes has Kelsey and Tyreek, and yes, they're getting up there, but so what? They're not. You know what I mean? They still got at least a couple years left.
Yeah.
And I trust that the Chiefs will find somebody else. And like, Mahomes is, with quarterbacks, I'm thinking like 7 to 10 years. Imagine you had Brady or Breeze 10 years ago. And
for sure, that's why like guys like Rodgers are not in my.
No.
You want those guys that are going to last you a while,
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, I have somebody else who I dropped, and we'll get to that one.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, my entire list, the oldest guy is 28. I did have a couple 30-year-olds plus, like 30-year-olds in the list, and I was like, let me bump them off.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mahomes, Allen, easy.
Those two are the top
consensus 1-2.
Yeah, they should be.
Yeah.
So then number 3, that's where you start getting a little different.
Okay.
Who's your number 3?
Mine is Herbert.
Mine's also Herbert. What's your reasoning?
So I actually was faced with this exact scenario in our latest Dynasty draft with the Dynasty Dogs. Shout out to the Dynasty Dogs. So I was the 6th pick, super flex. I had the 6th overall pick. In my head, I was like, okay, I'm going to get Joe Burrow. I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
And then Herbert was there. I was like, not expecting Herbert. I'm like, damn. Now I spent like some time deciding between Herbert and Burrow. I went with Herbert. Couple of things. He is younger. He's 23 versus Burrow's 25. Not the biggest issue when we're talking 10 years plus. Not a big deal. But he is younger. He doesn't have Jamar Chase, which is probably the biggest reason I wanted Burrow. But the Chargers offense is still good. They're like really good. They did fix their offensive line, and I think they're just going to keep improving.
Yeah.
Like, I trust that the Chargers are actually going to take care and set Herbert up for success.
Do you know where he finished this past season?
I think he finished like 3rd.
QB2. Yeah.
So Allen was 1. He was 2.
Yeah, I don't know who after that, but I wrote down QB2 overall in 2021. The only thing that is kind of a con to me, but it's kind of like the Mahomes thing too, is his best receiver is Keenan Allen, who any ages that I give you in this episode are the age that he's going to be when the season starts. Okay. Keenan Allen will be 30 years old. And
I don't know why I thought he was older.
Austin Eckler will be 27, which for a running back is like 35. Yeah. So that's the only negatives. But again, his talent is amazing. Yeah. Chargers are going to give him somebody even afterwards.
That's the thing. It's kind of like think of like Brady, Breeze, and Peyton. Like, we saw their whole career, right? They kept getting new players and making them all pros or Pro Bowlers or whatever the case
exactly.
is.
When these guys are great, these guys will be like years ago. Like, bro, I want to say like over 10 years ago. My boy in fantasy every year was I believe it's Colston was his last name.
Marquise Colston.
Who the hell is like? Okay,
7th
we know
round pick.
we know who he is, but like if you ask like a normal fan, they don't know who he is. I draft him every year in fantasy because with Breeze, you know what I mean? Like that's how it's gonna be. Like 5 years from now, we're gonna be talking about some other receiver. Is probably just an average receiver, but he has one of these top guys as his quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
So who's your number 4?
So number 4, I went with Lamar.
Okay, did you just copy my list,
bro? Okay,
bro. Okay, so this is where I thought I was gonna trick you up because I'm like, he thinks I'm gonna put Burrow.
I thought you were gonna put Burrow at like 1 or 2. I thought you were gonna be on some crazy stuff and put
no,
Burrow
and I'll explain why when we get to him. But I'm like, I'm gonna get him. He's gonna think it's Burrow. I'm gonna throw Lamar, but I put Lamar.
Okay.
He improved as a passer. He completed 31.8 passes per game, which is a lot for him.
A lot. Now remember, they were down to like you and me at running back.
Okay, so I also put that. I'm like, people have kind of like not forgotten about him, but like he had a disappointing year, but he was injured. The whole team was injured.
The most players on IR in the whole league.
You don't expect that to happen again like that badly. No. And also, he's still the best rushing quarterback in the league, which this is fantasy. I'm not saying he's the 4th best overall quarterback in the league. I'm saying for fantasy wise.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to put him up there. I'm like, over Burrow. Burrow, like, none of these quarterbacks will ever have Lamar's rushing, even Josh Allen. You know what I mean? And if he keeps improving as a passer, like, that just gives you like a whole new ceiling.
They're going to get healthier. They're going to have their running backs back.
Can be worse.
Dobbins. They were running, bro. They were rushing Devonta Freeman and
Freeman,
Latavius Murray.
Yeah.
And Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It was the Pro Bowl team from like 7 years ago.
I believe Gus Edwards is also coming back. Like, I don't know if he's still on the contract with them, but I believe he is.
Yeah. So like, they're going to get their running backs back. Rashad Bateman will be healthy to start the season. Knock on wood. Hopefully he doesn't, he's healthy.
And he's going to be a beast.
And Mark Andrews finished tight end number 1.
Well, he is now the tight end 1.
He is.
Yeah. Over Kelsey, over Kittle. I mean, some people might argue Kittle still over him. I mean,
Kittle's been hurt 2 years in a row.
Yeah, but I think
I'd still argue Kelsey, but no, I get it. So no,
but
Lamar's there.
What hurts Kelsey is this past season was the first season ever where people started taking him in the first round.
Yeah,
like he finally got like that like kind of treatment, and then for that value, he kind of disappointed this year
because the gap between him and the next couple guys wasn't as big as it used to be. You know, for sure. And I mean, I'm never taking a tight end first round. I say that today. Who knows? I'm also slowly joining the 0 RB group because
I hate running backs.
Tired of running backs.
There isn't any running back that stays healthy, bro. Like
and I'm a draft freaking 3-4 running backs in the first 6 rounds kind of guy. Like I always draft running backs heavy.
Name one running back that stayed healthy this year.
I don't want to jinx him.
No, like that stayed like this past year. That stayed.
Jonathan Taylor.
Oh wow, that's right. He's literally the only one.
And I'm terrified because I have him in Dynasty, and I'm like, what? I don't want to like.
Besides,
do I trade him at the highest value that he has?
Besides him, I can't think of any other running back that stayed healthy.
No,
that didn't miss a single game.
Did Mixon miss time? I don't think Mixon missed any time. Which is rare.
I know he got nicked up a little bit because I remember
he always missed his time.
I think he might have missed one game.
He might have missed a game. Also, like I'm not counting COVID.
No. I'm talking about like injuries. Yeah. So, number 5.
Najee didn't get hurt, but anyways.
Yeah.
Number 5 now is Mr. Joe Burrow.
Okay, so far we're kind of agreeing for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Joe Burrow. I think he's amazing.
Joe Burrow is your new.
That's my man crush, bro. That's my man crush right there. I love that guy. But and was great fantasy wise. I have him in Dynasty, in our Dynasty league. But I think he's one of those guys that you always talk about okay, these guys are good fantasy guys, but not real good. Like Jalen Hurts was really good fantasy wise, but people say like if you watched him, like he sucked all year, right? I think Joe Burrow is kind of a little bit of the opposite. I think he's a better real life quarterback than fantasy quarterback.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But he's still top 5. He finished as the QB9 overall. He's going to be another year removed from that nasty injury, which honestly, I'm surprised he even did this well this year.
That is insane. Yeah.
And then all his weapons are young. Like they're at least the top 2 guys were.
He's the oldest.
Yeah, like, Higgins and Chase are not going anywhere.
No,
at least not for a while.
If Higgins was somewhere else, he'd be really considered like a top 12 receiver. You know what I mean?
Sleep on him next year, man.
I have him. What do you mean sleep on him? I drafted him in the Dynasty Dogs.
I think he might he's going to be the receiver 2, but
not by much.
I don't think it's going to be that big of a gap between him and Chase, as you would expect.
The only thing that I was very damn, I really want Burrow, right? Is that Jamar Chase factor. Like he can put up stupid numbers that Herbert doesn't have. You know what I'm saying? Like Herbert doesn't have a receiver of Jamar Chase's caliber.
No.
He just doesn't. So he's not going to put a crazy 40-point game on the board. I mean, he has. I'm sure he has. Let me pull him up from last season. Herbert? Actually, no. So Herbert had one 40-point game, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 3 30-plus games.
I mean, he finished as the QB2, man.
I mean, he did finish as the QB2, yeah.
Yeah.
But that Jamar Chase factor is just super sexy to have with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, and I mean, and you would assume that now being in another year away from the injury, he's not a running quarterback, but he'll at least have more mobility.
Well,
another year removed.
I think the Super Bowl was evident. The Bengals need to draft 3 to 4 linemen
or sign
which is scary for the Dolphins because we need to do the same.
Yeah.
Right? Like their line was
that's the whole league, man. The whole
league. Know, but the whole league doesn't need 3-4 new linemen like the Dolphins do.
Shit, you might be surprised.
I honestly think only 1 or 2 are going to be safe for next year. And same thing. I don't know the Bengals exact line, but I know they have a second year and they have their first round pick from 2-3 years ago on the line.
Well,
but their line, they got Joe Burrow killed.
Yeah, that should be their only concern. 9
sacks against Tennessee in the divisional round, and then 7 or 8 in the Super Bowl.
Well, he's the most sacked quarterback in playoff
in the
history.
League. The league. In the regular season to make the Super Bowl. He's the most sacked ever to make the Super Bowl.
I think he got sacked overall in the playoffs. Right
25?
there, that's 16. I think it was 18, 19 times.
Yeah. My only small knock on Burrow, and it's not because of him. It's one, he got hurt last year. And he got banged up in the Super Bowl. I think he sprained his MCL.
Yeah, but
I'm just worried.
It's just a sprain, though.
No, I know. I'm just worried that the offensive line is going to get him killed.
Yeah, but he didn't. Okay, fantasy-wise, we don't care about what happens later on.
I just don't want him.
If he didn't miss hurt, he didn't miss any time in the regular season. So that's all I care about.
No, I know.
So and they're gonna improve the line. It's not gonna be as bad.
Well, they better.
Yeah.
So all right. So that's our top 5, right?
So after our top 5, to me, after the top 5, there's a huge drop off.
Yeah, honestly, the top 5,
those should be the top 5 in everybody's list in whatever order you have them in. But those should be the top 5 guys.
Yeah, if somebody put Herbert at 1, totally fine.
Yeah, and somebody's out there's gonna put Burrow at 2 or 3, whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? But those should be your top 5 guys. But then after that, to me, it just drops off. So who's your number 6 guy?
So number 6 was tough. And he's kind of being a little baby right now.
Yo, why are you copying my list, bro?
Oh my god, dude. Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Kyler Murray, man. So I hate Kyler Murray.
I know you don't like him.
But fantasy wise, he does well when he plays.
And this is why he's at 6 and not higher. It's 2 years in a row he's been hurt.
Yeah.
Because he just can't stay healthy during the season.
He's 5'2".
He is too small.
Yeah.
It's the knock, and it's true. He's been hurt 2 years in a row.
I like how I call him small. He's probably even taller than me.
He is taller than you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is taller than me.
He gets hurt 2 years in a row, right? They're not season enders, so he comes back and plays poorly.
Yeah.
Right. This past season, he only missed 3 games. So, you're like, oh, it's only 3 games. But after coming back, he only had 2 games over 20 points.
Yeah.
Before that, dude, he was like
MVP. He's the MVP of the first 5 weeks of the season every year.
Yeah.
That he's been in the league.
2 years in a row, he is literally in the MVP race until he gets hurt.
Yep. I put down 2 things.
Yeah.
I put injury history, which you just said. Also, D-Hop is getting older.
I was gonna talk about D-Hop on the opposite, that he has D-Hop, and I know he's getting older, but D-Hop is still awesome.
Well, I mean, I think.
What is he, 28?
This isn't a receiver ranking, but I actually think D-Hop is going down in fantasy rankings because I don't think he did. I think he had a lot of touchdowns, but I don't think he did that well on yards wise.
He was also hurt.
Yeah.
Let me pull him up. He finished. Wow, he actually did not do well.
Yeah.
He missed the end of the year. Wow,
How many touchdowns did he have?
Missed about 7 games. How many touchdowns did he have?
I think he had like 7 touchdowns. Anyways.
Where is he? He had 8 touchdowns.
8 touchdowns. And and he missed a bunch of time and still had all those touchdowns.
But his yards. He only had 42 receptions, but 8 of them were touchdowns.
Yeah, you see?
Damn, that's crazy.
So I think he's going to be dropping a little bit, and as he gets older.
Drafted him in Dynasty talks.
Yeah, as my wide receiver 4.
No.
4.
And that's the thing. Like
he was the top receiver for years. Top. He's my wide receiver 4. That's freaking amazing.
Yeah. I mean, Kyler Murray is awesome. He just gets hurt. I don't think he's leaving Arizona.
Awesome's a big word.
No, come on, man. Healthy? Let's think of all these guys as healthy. He's healthy. He's above.
Yeah, but he
Joe
can't
Burrow.
stay healthy.
I know he can't, but we're just talking.
He's above Joe Burrow fantasy-wise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fantasy-wise. And it's because of his legs, because his rushing ability.
Don't get crazy, all right?
No. Come on.
But, I wouldn't want him on the Giants. Like, I'm not trading anything away for him.
You trade Danny Dimes in a first-round pick for him.
That's obvious, but I'm saying, like, he's going to be much more expensive than that. Like,
yeah.
And he's not going to win you a Super Bowl.
So why are you getting on me when I didn't want Watson?
Watson can win you a Super Bowl.
How do we know?
Watson is better than Kyler Murray.
He's a better quarterback. I mean, we are in this argument. We're talking about NFL.
Well, he's not playing receiver, my guy.
No, I know. What I mean, he's better in real life, not fantasy.
Both. Okay, fine. At least real life, yes.
Okay. All right. Let's get to number 7. Let's see who you got here.
Flip my page over here. You go first.
Okay. This guy's a little older. He's actually the oldest guy on my list. If you have, it's Dak Prescott.
I have him on my list. He's not number 7.
Okay, finally we have something different. So I know Dak is 28 as of right now, but I still want a piece of that Cowboys offense for the next couple of years.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to argue against it. Like his age is against him.
But think he could play another 10 years. He'll be 38. Whatever. These guys are lasting to the late 30s.
Okay, but he's not a running quarterback, but he is a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, he's mobile, but I don't really.
And that tends to go down as you get older, and that is going to affect his game.
Just fine. He can sit in the pocket. I'm thinking.
Will it be the same guy?
Also, now we're talking the seventh QB, right?
Yeah.
I can close my window. It could be a 4-year window.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
QBs, they last. Like even, I almost put somebody that was 34 years old on this list.
Matthew Stafford,
man.
Yeah,
I almost put him on the list.
He's not on my list, but I thought about him as well. I'm like,
and the reason
he's on the Rams, man. Like he has his weapons.
The reason I was gonna put him is because forget it. My window could be just 2 years.
Yeah.
I'll try to win in 2 years with Matt Stafford. I'll just be the Rams.
I mean, but like that's fantasy rankings.
Yeah.
Like just overall fantasy rankings, but Dynasty you gotta see it a little differently.
Yeah.
My 7th guy is 26 years old.
Deshaun Watson.
Okay. I know if it wasn't for all the issues that he has ongoing, he would be in our top 5 list.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He'd be above Burrow.
When he plays, he's a top 5-6 quarterback top 5 to 6 quarterback in the league and fantasy wise. So, like, I was gonna put him lower. I'm like, we don't know how this is gonna play out, but if he plays this year, no matter where he is, like, I can't think of a team that he goes to that he wouldn't be a top 10 quarterback fantasy wise.
No, for sure.
Like, there's nowhere. So I'm like, you can only drop him so far.
Here's my thing with Deshaun Watson. He is on my list.
And Dynasty, he has to be owned.
Oh,
he has to be
sure,
owned. So like,
sure.
You can only drop him.
He still has value.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing. We are this year, if anything, last couple of years, we are seeing now that the legends are retiring.
Yeah.
What a drop off, bro. From the fact that Tom Brady was the best quarterback last year and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
In the NFL, right? NFL. They both, honestly, either one could have won MVP.
Best quarterbacks.
Yeah, 38 and 45 years old. 44, whatever Brady is. Like, who was next? Yes, I know Herbert and Burrow and Mahomes and Allen. But, like, what a draw. The fact that the old-timers are still dominating the league.
Yeah,
so,
but
like,
we're going to say that in 15 years as well.
No, with these guys. No, I know. So, my point is there are so many teams that need quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm not going to start naming teams because it's literally about 10 teams that need a quarterback, probably.
Yeah. Well,
but
unless you even if you have a good quarterback, unless you have one of those top 5 guys,
like look at the Vikings, right?
That's what you need.
Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. Is he going to win them a Super Bowl? Absolutely not.
Even like Dak. Dak's a good quarterback. Is he going to get them there?
I think Dak's better than good. I think he's better than average.
Yeah, he's not.
Mike McCarthy sucks.
Yeah.
Are we going to see him ruin? No, I don't want to say ruin, but like hold back another person's career?
That's fine with me. It's the Cowboys.
True.
They can go another 20, 30, 40 years without winning another one.
Yeah. So.
You're talking about Deshaun.
What?
You were talking about Deshaun.
Oh, yeah. So with Deshaun Watson, like, he's going to get a job.
Yep.
Obviously, his off-the-field issues.
They'll get resolved.
They'll get resolved. He's going to get a job. I guarantee he will be starting in week 1.
Oh, yeah.
So I have
unless he's in prison.
No, he's not going to prison.
I'm saying that's the only other possibility is either he's starting week 1 or he's in prison.
Yeah. I don't have him. Yeah. What do you have him? You have him at 7.
7.
Okay.
He's not in your top 10 at all.
He is number 10.
Oh, he is number 10.
Yeah.
So who's number? Sorry.
So I said 7 is Dak.
Okay. Yeah. Number 8.
So number 8, who I almost put him at I've almost put him at 7. Trey Lance.
Come on, bro.
Okay, I mean, it's not a huge surprise that our rankings are very similar.
No, but I thought that one will be a surprise.
Where am I going to put Trey Lance? Not in the top 10?
Maybe not.
No.
Maybe we haven't seen him play like that yet.
I know, but that's how crazy.
Damn it, man!
Up he is
I really thought I had you there. I'm like, he's not. Lamar, I didn't think you saw coming, and Trey Lance, and both you saw coming.
You know what's funny? And this might be why you thought that. I don't really go after the running QBs.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, but it's not because I don't like them. It's just they tend to be too expensive.
Yeah.
Trey Lance, I mean, I don't have him anywhere. I just couldn't get him.
Yeah.
He was going way too early. But I think Trey Lance, even if he's average, but with his rushing ability, that man's going to rush for 1,000 yards next year.
Listen.
He is.
Sorry. With his potential, if he does what people think he can do,
QB1 next year.
Next year, when we're talking, he'll be in the Mahomes Allen conversation.
Yeah.
He will be. You know, he started 2 games this year.
Yeah.
Right? And he averaged 53.6 rushing yards in those 2 starts. Like, I know it's a small sample, but his rushing upside is going to be up there with Lamar, right?
Also, I think we can say that the Niners know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
They've been to the playoffs every year with Jimmy G, who I'm on the side of that Jimmy G's not that bad.
Yeah.
But if they traded their whole future for this guy that played 1 game last year in college because of COVID in North Dakota State, like they clearly saw something in him that made it worth their while to trade the whole future. 3 first-round picks?
No, he's going to be a beast, bro. And
so, yeah.
He has Debo.
He's got Debo. He's got Kyle Shanahan, who's a genius.
Yo, stop, bro. I I wrote right down. He has Debo, Ayuk, and Shanahan.
We are not together, by the way. We are 4 states apart.
Yeah, we're like literally like 600 miles apart. So, damn it, man.
That's funny.
But yeah,
and we barely talked before
yeah,
this episode, so
he's
we
gonna
did
be
not
up there
collaborate.
as long as
Yeah,
he
I mean, honestly, I almost put him higher, but only because we don't know, we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So I just put him at 8.
And like I said last episode, if he balls out,
He's going
Niners,
top 5. Yeah.
well, Niners, the team.
Yeah. Oh, didn't I say who for last episode? I said Broncos Niners for Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Just for fun. All right, number 9. I think we have the same guy here.
No way, man.
Yeah, Justin Fields.
God. Yeah, bro.
All right, who do you have at 10? Who do you have at 10?
Dak Prescott.
Oh, okay. So we have the exact top 10, just almost all.
A few mixed up a little bit. Like I have Deshaun at 7.
I have Deshaun at 10.
You had Kyler at 5, right?
So like that. No, I have Kyler at 6.
Oh, I have him at 6. Okay, whatever. It's practically the same. But Justin Fields, this is just strictly off talent, kind of like Trey Lance in a sense. Even though we've seen Fields play, but we saw him play
with Matt
Nagy. He's gonna have a new coaching staff. It can't be worse. I hope it can't be worse.
Yeah.
But strictly off of talent and his age, he's gonna be 23 when the season starts.
Yeah.
23, bro.
Yeah, he's super young. The Bears have a nice young core like around him, like Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
The running backs, Montgomery and Khalil Herbert. So like
beasts, both of them.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, Justin Fields is going to be just fine. Like I've been trying to get him in our dynasty leagues. Obviously, he's very expensive. So yeah, I mean, honestly, and again, he didn't look good last year. He just didn't.
But who can with Matt Nagy? The one game with Nagy was gone.
Yeah,
he looked amazing.
Yeah, he looked good.
You would think, Nagy comes back. He's like, you know what? Clearly, I don't know whoever called plays that game. I don't know how it worked. Maybe we should keep doing that. Nah, it's Nagy, and that's why he's out of a job now.
So we both have Fields at 9, and you have Dak. I have Deshaun Watson at 10.
So I put Dak at 10 because his age, right? He's getting up there in age. And then I did a little, I looked up some other lists and stuff. The defense being so improved. Like that defense was really good this past year, right?
Yeah.
That actually hurts him.
Yeah.
Because he's not gonna, you would think he won't be down big a lot. You know what I mean? So that kind of caps it a little bit. So I wrote that down.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So who was like on your bubble? Who did you have to bounce out?
Stafford.
Stafford's
just so much older than these other guys.
Yeah, he's 34.
I think he has 2-3 years of like greatness left, and then you would think he starts falling off. You would think. We also thought about Tom Brady, but obviously he's no Tom Brady. Yeah.
I thought about putting Stafford on my list, and I had 11 if we wanted to do a top 11. Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I didn't think of Trevor Lawrence just because
he's been forgotten. Yeah, he's been forgotten. Honestly, he was going number 1 in rookie drafts last year, and now he's probably going 3rd or 4th if you redid it, right? Like Lance goes first, and then Fields out of the QBs. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody took Mac Jones ahead of him.
No,
you know what I mean?
I'll get crazy.
No, Mac Jones did a lot better.
Yeah, but fantasy-wise, I feel like
I
Lawrence just has that higher ceiling.
And NFL-wise too, he does.
Yeah. But I'm saying like right now.
Yeah. So honestly, the last year does not distract me or worry me from Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer
sucks.
Oh my god! Like imagine.
I mean, and we all knew that was going to be terrible from the beginning.
Minute they hired,
except for Jacksonville.
Yeah. Like,
and they almost screwed up this this head coach search. They couldn't get interviews.
Yeah.
They were like, it was just a mess.
Yeah.
Apparently, like in their front office, people were like had different opinions of what direction to go in. Like, but I think Doug Peterson is going to be a good hire for them.
Yes, I agree.
At least for Lawrence. For Lawrence, is going to be a good hire.
So I actually took Lawrence in our Dynasty Dogs draft as my super flex. So he's my QB too.
Yeah.
So I have high hopes for him.
I have Deshaun Watson as my QB too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Wow.
I drafted who did I draft as my QB1?
Stafford.
Was it Stafford?
I think it was Stafford.
I don't know. I also have Jordan Love. So Aaron Rodgers, go ahead and sleep on Jordan Love. If Aaron Rodgers is gone this offseason, screw Aaron Rodgers.
Most likely gonna happen.
There's a little attention game he's playing right now. If he's gone, Jordan Love is gonna be on this list next year. You heard it here first.
On this top 10 list
for Dynasty fantasy quarterbacks. Yeah,
crazy.
Okay,
you want to put it on the board?
They call him a Mahomes light. They do because of his arm. It's literally what his comparisons are is to Mahomes.
All right,
and
he will not be on the top 10. How about that?
If he's the starter this year, he'll be in the top 10 fantasy quarterbacks
I'm saying
year.
even if he's the starter, he will not be a top. He will not. You want to put it on the board right now? He will not finish QB1, like a QB1. That's 12.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
He'll be on the top 10.
I'm saying for top 10 dynasty quarterbacks heading into 2023, he'll be a top.
Okay.
Yes. That came out correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heading into 2023, he'll be a top. He'll be on this list that we're talking about right now.
Okay. He won't.
Here first.
I still say he won't, but I got you. We should put that on a poll. Let's post that after.
For sure.
That's a good one. All right, man.
So next week, maybe receivers. Let's do receivers next week.
Okay, we'll take a look. All right, man. This was a fun episode.
Yeah. I hate that we agreed a lot.
Yeah, we were a lot on the same. But honestly, QBs are kind of boring because there's only so many that are worthy of a top 10 dynasty pick.
And at least we tend to had like different reasons for putting them in the same place. That makes sense.
True. Yeah, that's true.
It was a good episode, though, for sure.
All right, man. All right, guys. Again, follow us on Twitter at the Sports Nerds. Subscribe. Hit that little bell. Subscribe on YouTube. That way you can see us. And shout out one more time to our boys, the Dynasty Dogs, and on Instagram and Twitter at SportsZSM. If you want some memorabilia, stuff like that, he's your man. He's got an exclusive signing with Javon Holland of the Dolphins. I actually picked up a Jerome Baker signed little helmet from him.
That's dope.
Yeah, it is pretty dope.
And if you want to follow the Dynasty Dogs, it's at Dynasty Dogs FF on Twitter.
There you go.
Check them out. They're going to be on eventually. We're going to probably do some more Dynasty talk with them later on. Maybe before the rookie draft or so.
Yeah, something like that.
That
would be fun for sure.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Thanks for listening. Take it easy.